faces adversity. He fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
The last to fall. I won't shed a tear for them to see, and I won't have your name to call, 'cause I will be the last to fall.
It's incredible to watch this thing. I don't mean this thing. I mean, watch the numbers jump.
Yeah.
Apparently, as soon as it hits live on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, it goes through the roof. You see the numbers starting at 10, 12, 13. And then all of a sudden, like Emerald, bam, 30, 50, 69. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Come on in.
Yeah, y'all come on in. All right. Best way to do this is probably just jump into it. Don't shoot the messenger. That's all I am. I'm a guy that brings you what's been told. Now, I'm actually going to read something that you're going to hear tomorrow morning on Q95 News. Monday, October the 7th, Steve Romines, attorney for M.K. McKinney III, filed a motion in the Amber Spradlin murder case for the Commonwealth to produce the full polygraph report of Roy Kidd. Kidd agreed to a polygraph with his attorney present on the 28th of June, 2023, after inconsistent and misleading statements to KSP investigators the day after the murder. Now, again, this is the report. The Commonwealth and KSP has yet to provide the full polygraph report for counsel for McKinney. According to discovery provided by Romines, Roy Kidd, quote, failed the polygraph as to every question asked, including whether he himself had stabbed Amber. In the motion, Romines said, quote, the disclosure of the full report is necessary to ensure a fair trial and to allow the defense to properly evaluate all the evidence related to Roy Kidd's involvement, as Kidd is the essential witness in the prosecution. Now, with that being said, I had no sooner got in here and checked Facebook when Deb had sent me a message saying that Roy did not fail that test. Okay. Again, messenger. But still, this is only the beginning of what you're going to see. You've not even scratched the top of the iceberg yet. It's going to get so much more complex. You're going to see legal maneuvering that probably hasn't been seen around here since maybe the Merle Baldridge trial. Maybe.
Yeah.
This is, and you know what? Emotions are hot. And this is something else too. Tina brings up a really good point here. Didn't think polygraphs were admissible. Polygraphs are not admissible in a court of law. Okay, they are not admissible in a court of law. But, normally I kind of get a feel for which way what's going to go. But there's so much involved in this, and I'm kind of like, and you're right. They're not. Lie detector tests, can't bring them in as evidence. They won't take them. And I think that Britta's right, and I'm going to start popping these little cats up here on the screen here in a minute. But Britta said that they're just trying to get reasonable doubt. And that's all it takes. The burden of proof lies with the prosecution. All they've got to do is provide reasonable doubt to a jury of 12 human beings. Once they've done that, remember, it's, guilty. What is it? Guilty beyond reasonable doubt. So, I mean, this is going to be something. Now, just to shift gears a little bit, because I don't want to get emotions running too high. Last week, one of the things that we were going to talk about before I so rudely interrupted myself, I watched 15 seconds of the video in which Mickey Steins had shot Kevin Mullins, the Letcher County Sheriff and the judge. And there's no doubt about that. That's beyond reasonable doubt. He shot him. Now, the big thing right now is the motive. Everybody knows Steins shot Mullins because, well, hell, they got it on video. Judge's chambers, and they had lunch earlier that day together. Now, I don't know if there were words exchanged or if the conversation was heated or whatever. And as far as motives, I've probably heard the same thing that you guys have heard about, the daughter.
Yeah, we've all heard that.
Yeah, I think that's Yeah, I think everybody's heard that. But I do know that he had made several phone calls from his phone, Stein's had. Then he asked Mullins for his phone. Mullins gave it to him, made a phone call there. And when he set down that phone, apparently he commenced to shooting. So, and I think it was 5 shots. And man, what I heard in that courtroom broke my heart. Because, look, you know, and we're not getting into the rumors and all that. You guys probably already heard it anyways. But if that, you know, you're going to do anything that you can to defend your child and to protect your child. You really are.
Yeah.
You're going to do anything it takes. Now, my kid is 22 years old. And Faith, who is very much like a daughter to me, she's what, stage 25?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody looks at them cockeyed. Not going to be a good day. Because let me tell you something, I'm too old to fight. I just pick up something and start swinging for the fences. And I don't quit until I get what I want. Now, most of the time, I'm a very pleasant person. I like watching Winnie the Pooh. I enjoy low-cost car insurance, walks on the beach, and puppies. But when it comes to people I love, what are you laughing at, Nip and Suck?
Oh, that was a good one.
It's Lloyd. Everybody welcome in Lloyd. But, hey! Well, the reason I didn't is, you know, they asked why didn't I at least contact Debbie and ask her what she knew about all this.
You was at work, wasn't you?
Yeah, for one thing, I was at work, and for another thing, I go by what the report said, and I'm all for talking to Deb.
Absolutely.
I'm all for that. I've done it before. So,
oh yeah,
that's why. And I'm sure that she was probably working too at the time. But I did, just like I just mentioned, she had put on there that he did not fail the test.
Yeah.
And I will mention that. Absolutely, I will. So, like I said, what's going to happen here is going to be, it's going to be legal maneuver. It's going to be a mess. But hopefully, with any luck, they'll get to the truth, whatever that may be. And the other thing was a thing that had actually came out was apparently the Floyd County Sheriff's Department had showed up at, I think it was Allen Duff Middle School, perhaps. And one of the employees had showed up there, or, you know, a teacher's aide or something that showed up there under the influence of alcohol or something. So, but yeah, we'll have that tomorrow too. It's crazy. I mean, I can't help but think, you know, out of everything else going on, it's kind of like this too, and then this, yeah. and then this. I mean, it's enough to just really kind of make you wonder what's going on in the world. The whole damn thing is a mess. So it's I don't know. It's crazy. So there is a lot going on, and I think that if I'm not mistaken, the pre-trial is October 19th, which today is, what is today, the 9th? Yeah. So 10 days, and that's for you know, the Amber Spradlin trial. But I believe that that's coming up October 19th. So I guess we'll wait and see what happens. That's really about the only choice that we've got. I do think that this is going to be something that the whole nation is glued to. A lot of people are already watching this from all over the place. And the attention that it's got there's so many cases that you see that just don't get this. And I'm really surprised that this one has, in a way, I mean, away from here.
Right.
But I mean, there's people all over the place away from here that are paying attention to this, and they should.
It's so awful.
Lost their life.
They're walking around. He's walking around. I'm even going to, you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Well, you know, there's a lot of that going around right now. There's a lot of people thinking that right now.
Absolutely. It's heartbreaking.
And I get it, because emotions are running extremely high, and they're going to run high through this. But like I said, I think that what you're going to see in the following, apparently Nancy Grace is covering this too, but apparently what we're going to see in the course of the trial, whether it's weeks, months, whatever it may be. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even have a feel. I'm thinking it's probably going to go on at least, it wouldn't surprise me if it was a month or two, maybe more. But I think that we're going to see things that are just going to, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things where I just don't know what the hell to think.
Yeah, they're going to pull all kinds of stuff.
October 24th at 2 p.m. What is October 24th, Jane? Because at first I was told that the pre-trial. Okay, is that the trial? Is that when the trial actually begins? Because I was told October 19th was the pre-trial. But now, again, I could be wrong about that. I know October 19th. No, you're right. October 19th is on a Saturday. So it would be the 24th is on a Thursday. So apparently, there we go. You're right. October 24th, is that the pre-trial, or is that when the trial is actually set to begin? So, I'm sure that we'll get that here. Right. Okay. So she said that's, I guess, pre-trial, I suppose. But anyways, we know things are going to get in motion October 24th. Thanks, Jane. I appreciate that. We want to see justice done.
Absolutely.
But, that's when his motion, or when this motion will be heard, is October 24th. Okay. And I guess that is the one trying to get the lie detector test, opened up or revealed, because you can't bring that in as evidence. That's not going to happen. So, okay. Tina thinks it should be pre-trial too. Fact checker Jane here. Fact checker Jane. Well, she's got our new name now and a new title, Fact Checker Jane. So there we go. And then we've got Scared Lloyd, and Stacy and I are just sitting here going, okay, whatever. So where everybody's happy with it. So there's been a lot going on. Just all over the place. Of course, at 8:24 this evening, I think it was that thing went off on me. About 8:24. Milton hit Florida as a Category 3 storm. Winds of around 100 and some miles an hour, give or take. And like a lot of you guys, I got friends and family and people that I love right there that are right in its path. Hopefully they're out of the way by now. But I'd heard one thing on the news say that it had shifted slightly south. But even a storm that size, it can shift slightly south. It's still, the damage is going to be catastrophic. And I'm just praying. I'm praying that nobody loses their life on this one, because the death count, or the death toll, was too many for Helene. And this thing is supposed to be meaner than Helene. The only thing different, outside of the fact that it's a more powerful storm, is its pattern. It's going across Florida and back out into the Atlantic. It's headed east, whereas Helene kind of went up the eastern seaboard. And good Lord, it wiped. What was it? It wiped. What was it? South Carolina, North Carolina, parts of it off the map.
North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. It wiped pieces of it plumb off. It was crazy. And luckily here, people can say what they want to about our region, but the worst I've seen it that I can remember was back in 2012 when the tornadoes.
Yeah.
And that was bad.
Yeah.
But typically we don't, what we got off Helene was a lot of rain that needed to happen because we were in a drought stage. And, they removed us from that drought stage. I think it was Monday. So they took, Kentucky, or at least Eastern Kentucky, off of the drought stage Monday, saying that there was more than enough sufficient moisture in the soil, and et cetera, and all that stuff. But there were people that lost their lives on that thing, and not to mention their homes and everything else that they had. So, you can't help but kind of think back, to what you've read in the Bible. Yeah, it's all, it's all coming about. So with those things being said, you have Reagan out on the porch tonight.
Reagan is out on the porch tonight, guys.
I wonder why.
Well, as you know, we've had a little activity going on around here. And then we've got our 10 most active dolls, I guess you would want to call them. They are over on in Mason's shop downtown Winchester. So if you haven't got to see those dolls in person, go over there and check them out. He's got them in the front windows. They are already causing a stir.
Really?
Yeah, well, they're, you know how active that they've been anyway. And then every time they get over there in his store, which is the historical and it's surrounded by spiritual activity anyway, they feel just at home there. There's almost eerie feeling. I love it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I love it.
Given, some of their backgrounds, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he has like a motherly ghost in his shop. So it kind of all worked out just perfect. But here's Reagan. This is my front. Well, this is my front porch. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but let me blow it up for you. Enlarge it. I don't want to get in trouble on Facebook by saying blow it up. But there's Reagan behind the bars there. I don't know if y'all can see her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There she is behind the bars.
Lloyd, how does it feel to have your cover outside?
And then there's my Art the Clown over on the other side.
One down, one to go.
We are the Griswolds of the Halloween here.
You really are. You and my kid. I mean, for her, Halloween starts in August.
Oh, yeah.
August 1st.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Lloyd does look a lot happier tonight than he has in the last few days. I'll give him
Well,
that.
he shouldn't get too happy because we have a couple other dolls that's been lighting up the meters tonight.
Oh, really? Like who?
Before he came down.
Like who?
This one right here. This is Little John. If y'all remember him or not. But he's been pretty active tonight. And I think it's because all the other dolls are gone. And he's always beside, the other ones. Always. In the trunks. Everywhere I put them, they're always beside each other. So
I don't remember seeing him before. I don't.
I'll be over here.
Okay.
He kind of reminds you of Edmund.
He's got a kind of a creepy feel. I'll tell you that. I don't get anything bad. It's just kind of creepy. So, October 23rd. I know we've had to delay it several times, but it's been a little busy. Actually, it's been quite busy. There's days I come in here at 5:30 in the morning and I don't get out until sometime that evening. I'm not complaining. I love it. But yeah. So October 23rd is when we're looking at doing the first episode of the Patreon thing, which will be for Patreon only subscribers, the people that $3, $5, or $10 tier, whatever it is. But it's really going to be, everybody's like, is this going to be? It's just going to be all of us hanging out, and we're going to be talking about things, and it's going to be unedited. It's going to be, well, not like this is really edited, but it's going to be just a bunch of family, a bunch of friends hanging out, talking about anything that crosses our minds, and maybe some personal readings that Stace will do, or some personal things there.
Yep.
And if you want to talk about some of the stuff that, whatever's in the news or whatever, or if you just want to just chat and get something off of your chest, that's fine too. Everybody's got to have somebody to turn to as some kind of an outlet. Of course, we're right now in the middle here of Jenny Wiley Festival, or it's getting started. It really got cranked up this evening, and tomorrow it's going to be, Thursday and Friday are big days. Saturday, next week, have you heard? Highs in the daytime in the upper 50s and low 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, it's here comes the fall part.
I love it.
Yeah, the part where it's really going to start to go from fall into the W word. Yeah, it's coming. It's
Oh, yeah.
But that's a part of it. So we look forward to that, but it's looking like October 23rd. And it's not a big deal, really. It's not like we got to put a ton of stuff together, but there's things that need to happen, and we need to make sure that this thing is going to work the way that we want it to work. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless, because I want something for the people that give up that hard-earned money every month to keep this thing running. I want you to have something for it outside of just that. And speaking of which, by the way, new shirts are in the mix. They're going to have the new logo on them, and they're going to have on one sleeve. They're not going to be as cheap as the other ones. I hate to say cheap, but they're not going to be as inexpensive as the other ones. But on one side, it'll say the media thing, and on the other side, 606 Paranormal. So that is going to be pretty cool. And on the back, it'll say Stay Mysterious or something like that. I ain't got that part figured out just yet. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So how active have things been tonight, my lady?
Well, not too awfully bad. After we took all the babies out and took them to Mason's, the majority of the more active ones are always, over there with him on Halloween. But there's been a few little things here. Since he's been sitting here, he heard something scratching a minute ago. So
Scratching.
I guess we'll see how the night progresses. Yeah.
Oh, that's comforting.
Oh, thank you, girls. I help anybody that needs me. You just holler.
That is very comforting. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead then and you can fire up the boxes and see what's going to come through or who.
Chris has got some good jokes for you.
Hey, I was going to tell you, after we took the quote unquote babies to Winchester,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we got back, the car started acting up. How's that? The borrowed car.
Have you ever thought?
Here it goes. I told you you're going to get it.
Have you ever thought that maybe if you quit picking on them, they quit picking on you?
No.
I mean, I know that mine's new, but it doesn't matter if it's new or not. I mean, you didn't have old vehicles, and all of a sudden things just went to hell in a handcart because you kept picking on them.
Yeah.
So,
Salisbury.
Agnew was first, but he kind of
Well, of all people, he should know this stuff.
yes.
They're real.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
how
stuff
do you
really
explain it?
happens.
How else do you
Yes.
explain it? I'm like Steph. Oh Lord. Yeah, well, yeah, it's and really just leave it alone.
Exactly.
Just acknowledge it and go on. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Exactly.
And it's still not right.
Well, at this particular point, you're probably going to want to do an apology or apologize. You're going to want to do
Yeah,
that.
that's what he should be working on doing. I think that one came through pretty clear over there.
Remind me to tell you the story of the bear in the woods later.
He is Tina.
Because
Yeah.
you are very much the guy who keeps getting taken advantage of by the bear. Yeah. Yeah. And eventually the bear's going to look at you and say, you didn't really come here to hunt, did you? So
Nope.
I don't know.
If anybody wants to come through Spirit Box, I have it wide open tonight. If anybody wants me to do any call outs, just, yeah. Steph said, stop picking on them babies. That's right.
What?
Your cars may last longer, which in turn may make your bank account go a little farther.
What did it say? We will see.
I'm so poor. You got to spell it with 3 O's.
Yeah, I know. You couldn't afford to pay attention. Drop a dime and pick up a penny.
Does anybody want to come through the Spirit Box for anybody that's here with us in the chat room? I called out for Aunt Judy too. I asked her if she wanted to get some flower arrangements going tonight. Did he just say Judy?
I just said Floyd Wood.
I heard that after.
Brad, you are Nigel Hohes.
Was that a foreign language?
Something Nigel, something. Turn that one down a little bit. I always get these tarot cards out, and it seems like for some reason it makes more things. Let's see. Let's read the chats here.
I can't see it.
Oh yeah, Corey. I called out for Corey earlier too. Yes, Miss Linda. Corey, if you can come through for your mama tonight, we'd love to hear from you again. We would love to hear from you.
What?
I'm lit. That is what it said.
Me too.
On icy in Cufin.
How nice of you. Something to sound like he said.
Neji Kos Priesta.
Can you come through and speak English for me?
Bleed Otic Trobond.
I would love it if you could do that.
Mueller's Trend.
Smelly crotches smell too.
Would you shut up? I'm going to kill him.
Arvi Siddle Recan.
Sit and recant. Did you want to sit and recant something?
Istober Heel CLSA Bath.
I know that's not the reverb. I got the reverb off. Okay, listen, that's Cody. He's my twin.
Cezalklof D. Orst.
Jasmine, if you could come through for us, we'd love to hear from you. Sandra's here for you. And Aunt Betty. And Fern, if you could come through for and Miss Angela, she's here for you.
said Igudit?
Who said something?
Hewitt Cora and Dell.
Cora and something. Something about dad.
Claudia Wolfen. Satiai's Mefson Rat Hunt.
Can anybody else come through for anybody in the chat room with us? Can you tell me your name?
Elfies.
I'm going to turn this around.
Gita SS Hand.
Something said my angel.
So a fast right up.
That one came, that same one came to the other spirit.
I don't know if that's a camera thing, but you've got the clown doll, then a doll beside of it, and there's like a shadow moving in and out. It could just be a light of a trick of the light or something.
Now this light that's going right here
Uh-huh.
is a. Let me turn this off and see if I can.
I don't know if anybody else notices that. It's the doll beside of the clown with a like a little thing on its head. But
Oh, it's probably where this one's flashing.
Oh, okay, all right.
It could be.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, thank you for debunking that, because there for a minute I thought, well, hell, here we go.
You never know down here, guys. I'm telling you.
No, you don't.
The
You never-
temperature here is always just different.
It is a different kind of space. Yes.
But it's a skeleton.
Duty Bay Hodos.
I really.
Oh, well,
it's
that's pretty cool.
hard to tell. It's a skeleton where it's so fuzzy looking there.
Well, it's the camera.
Can I take the camera to it?
And what?
Can I take the camera to it?
I mean, it'll stretch over there, but
Here,
I'm thinking about
Tia
just,
use
Here, let me
this.
pull it down.
I'm thinking about just moving the dolls.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. Now that I watched the light and the,
Sure, yeah,
they're
that's probably what
exactly-
it's making it move.
that's exactly what it
And
is. Yeah.
Silvio Hazen Zyker.
How are you going to bring it and show you a little
Wait.
bit? It's not going to show unless you put something in front of it. That's crazy how it won't show up.
Lloyd, oh, great. Now
It's a skeleton and it's moving its arm back and forth. I don't know if y'all can tell now.
well, nobody can see anything for Lloyd's gut. When he raised up his shirt, flashed everybody. So,
Sorry, guys.
oh, yeah,
Our Olex.
we just see light. Yeah, but it's pretty bright according to the camera. So,
Turn that light off and I'll turn this one on.
Okay.
And let's see which one's a little bit better for the.
Hysenagus
'Cause maybe you can figure out what's making the scratching noises over there. Is that any better at all?
yeah, I'm not blind now. I mean, which I wasn't blind before, but
Yeah, there you go,
I think
guys.
that's pretty cool. Yeah. So he was just waving at people.
Clinor.
Tyler or something. Yeah, if any one of the dolls want to move, right now's the best time to do it.
Away from me.
Duty Terra Raxo TH.
I mean, was doing it while you were standing there, doofus.
That shocks me. that Lloyd would be frightened of these things.
Yeah.
Hiro talk to a set.
Yeah, you're talking.
Okay, that sounded like a Native
Strike
American
hurry.
dialect.
It really, really
Real
does.
humans.
I'm glad you said that because I thought the same thing.
It did.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
sounds Native American.
it did.
It really did.
And I'm no expert on that language, but it just kind of felt like that.
Torai to an army.
If you'll actually watch his face.
can't see
Go
anything.
to destra.
Something about with the foundation.
For
I'll be
basically
right back.
attack
Let me
a
go get my
cream.
glasses.
Did you build the foundation?
Cherhiaway City.
I heard birthday party too. I'm glad I'm the only one that is the. Yes, sister. That's me. I start every year about September.
Auto Hokkaido.
Another one.
Always May
If you can move any of the dolls and let us know that you're down here, we can hear you and sense you sometimes. But you can move one of the dolls. We've got a camera going. You can also come through the spirit boxes for anybody that's here with us. We can get a message to them for you, or I can get a message after the show.
Tinter Nerd Zebra.
Mom and I always loved it 2 days after.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got to show that.
Hitvi Rudo Exiasaho.
yes, it was, Britta.
Man,
Yes.
that's incredible.
And they came to the. Where did they go?
Weinig orthid Bobby speel. Or few SO4 glad.
They ate. They
That's
came
on the
somewhere and then
hill.
they ate. Can you tell me what your name is? You were saying a lot of names last week.
Hospofex a child led jigs.
Jake, if you are with Melody, can you move one of the dolls, please, for Miss Mary? That's a good way to do it, Mary. That's a good way to do that.
Speedritzer Browet.
Let's see. Kelly. Aunt Rena. Aunt Rena, Kelly says hello and that she misses you. If you could come through for her, we'd love to hear from you.
More hey Yana Brilai.
I don't know, but for some
Sing
reason,
to me.
my mind and my thoughts are so strong on Rusilla now.
Yes.
I mean, just like focused in.
Non-near crowd Kayan. Real game this Buak.
Is Navy Ned down there moving, or is that just me?
I swear, I thought I saw him move too, guys.
Pass Kisua.
Guys, look at him down there in the corner.
It never
More
fails.
to Hawani he bind.
Lower
Yeah.
left hand corner. It looked like he was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
What
moved.
did you say his name was? John.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I called him
Yeah,
Navy
he's
Ned.
moved. Yeah, they called him
Yeah,
JFK.
JFK.
That's what they called him.
Kennedy was in the Navy. Yeah.
Yeah, Tina saw it too.
Tina saw it. Yeah, doll is moving. Yeah. Why have I not heard Lloyd
More
pick a
eyes
picture?
3D Rick.
He got up and walked out a
You
minute
do
ago for
ID
something.
set in
Oh,
arm.
okay. That's why I've not heard him. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at first, I'm kind of like everybody else. I thought, nah.
His legs moved for sure because I posed him with his leg on top of the other leg there.
I guess he was not very comfortable.
Are you not comfy there, son?
You don't know what you're going to see going on in the back.
Briscoe and Otis.
What is it, Enzo? Oh wow.
I can't.
Oh, he's about to top it out. Trifield.
Oh,
Yes, I
great. Okay, awesome.
It's in this.
Well,
It's in
you know,
this area right here.
When you go looking for it, don't be surprised if you find
I
it.
Eklund Iblis Bagvan.
Do you like to come and sit right here? Are you sitting beside the doll?
En gifte against tire.
Stace, when these things move, do you think that they're internal forces within the dolls, or do you think that they're external, something outside moving? them?
Teddy Hitan.
For the most part, I feel like it's something messing with it.
Okay.
I mean,
So you think it's someone there that's moving?
for the most part,
as
that's what
opposed to,
I.
like, let's say, like
yeah.
an Annabelle situation. You don't think it's that necessarily?
No, I have heard of that,
Mhm.
and I've actually been to a couple places
came
who
off near
believe that's what's
Dauphin.
going on with their dolls. So
Do you think
Rare
it's kind of a rare occurrence that actually is the
Yeah,
case?
very
It's
rare.
Okay.
I believe. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
how
yeah.
often do you see it? Very rarely.
Not very often. I don't know.
But you know, a lot of these dolls and the stories that came with them are ridiculous. And then,
Well,
of
the
course,
first time I'd ever
seen-
heard of it was like a lot of other people was, the Annabelle, Ed and Lorraine, and The Conjuring, and all that. And I had no idea that they could, which really doesn't surprise me that they can do it, but I didn't know that. So
Steph said it's like he rocked from side to side. Come here. You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
is that Enzo?
Come on, buddy.
Or is that Weenie?
Yeah, what's the matter, baby? You hear something? Let's see. I guess that was not even working. I know what's going on with this. Hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
Let me fix this computer. I think that we're on the wrong video. We're using the wrong video.
Do you think you're
Yeah.
using the laptop's camera?
Haha, there we go.
Well, it's much less grainy. That is true. Yeah.
Now we can come here. Where'd you go? Something's ringing our bell. That should be a lot better. No wonder I was wondering why everything was looking grainy.
Well, actually, it kind
Well,
of
we
fits
figured it
the
out.
whole paranormal thing.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but yeah, it does look better there. So you were using the laptop's internal camera. Okay.
A
Well,
little better anyway.
anyway, we go on.
Does anybody else want to come through for anybody that's here with us? Yeah, she does sound like Pocahontas. I agree. Stacia,
That
if you
sounds-
could come through, we'd love to hear from you.
That sounds French. That sounds what just came through.
We are also, guys, I want to remind everybody too where we're at in this location. There's many, many wrecks that have happened just up the hill here.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
So a lot of times when things come through like that, I had a family come through one night after the show, and they had passed up here.
That was the children and the mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And they spoke in kind of like a French dialect. was it?
Yes,
Or was
it was like Arab maybe.
Yeah, okay. Maybe Arabic.
And then they said their name, and I knew exactly what it was after that. I knew it. Can you talk to me in English? Do you have a message for anybody here with us? If you have family in the chat room, does anybody see that weird light behind me?
I see a lot directly behind your head right now.
I mean, it's weird.
I just kind of made the assumption though, that it was a reflection of something.
Yeah. I'm
But
hearing
it is, you're
scratching
still not
again.
casting much of a shadow on it.
I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm hearing scratching again. Coming from up here.
Well, you probably won't see Lloyd the rest of the night.
Yeah. That's not a problem. I'm joking. He's rotten, guys. Can you tell me your name? Come here, Enzo. Come here. I see it too. I don't know what's making it. have no clue.
Well, it's stationary. It's not moving. It's just stationary.
Yeah, it's weird. Good night, Trace. Come here. You okay?
I see your deaf lies.
Hey, Wiener. Hey, Weenie Bub. I don't know what you guys are doing. What you guys are doing?
Tresicite. Nina Stanlitness.
What do you think? What's wrong, guys? The dogs are freaking out for some reason, guys.
Something's getting ready to go down.
Come here.
Yeah, she's kind of restless, isn't she?
Enzo is too. Get Faith to come in here and check out. My hand. Can you tell me what your name is? Hi. I've been hearing scratching again. All right. I'm going to go see what's going on with him. Be right back, guys.
It almost looks as though it's some kind of like a light coming through a doorway, maybe?
It's weird looking.
Is there a doorway there open behind the camera?
Yes, that's Fano.
No.
Turn the big light on.
Oh, there's okay.
I'll put the big light on.
Sir, I've made escape man.
Because there's kind of like a weird light behind my head over there. The
It's,
dogs are freaking out over it. Come here.
it's yeah, it was different. You never know what's going to happen over there.
Okay.
What's going to be odd is when if they sell that place and somebody lives there for 27 days and leaves everything behind getting out. Kind of like the Lutzes in Amityville. Yeah.
Yes.
And there's people that would run from that just the way it is. Mm-hmm.
They'll follow me, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it.
That's no problem.
Wherever you go, they go, what are you doing? I don't.
It's an also east.
What's going on? What's bothering you guys?
Dogs are freaking out.
If there's anything in here
Look.
left to the camera.
Yeah, they're freaking out. Something's getting ready to happen.
I got a one-armed glasses.
Hey,
Maybe for you.
What's the matter, guys?
as long as it works.
Hey, Kayla.
Sis Dino-Nictos.
No. No.
Runai
I don't know. I mean,
What is it?
I don't see that happening.
Dennis the Lloyd, go to your precious dragon. I'm like,
Go get your
no.
precious dragon, yeah.
I can go get her.
You can leave her right outside.
We can go get her.
Re-emit Eichner Ray.
And this is where the fight
Hey.
began. Yeah.
Oh no!
Et Greiber Yumon.
Come on!
Oh, okay.
Oh no! Oh yeah!
Boy, is she sweet.
Oh, I sound like Harry Potter. See? Nothing on her. But yeah, you take. I'll sit her down right here.
You can sit her over there.
I'm going to sit her right there. Where I'll sit.
Ears.
And I'm going to put him over here.
No!
Wasn't Robert the doll dressed like a sailor too? And that is like one of the most haunted dolls in the world.
Yeah.
That thing is.
Sign
watching.
Cam.
What is your deal?
Oh, the trifield's dead. Almost completely dead now.
Mites Enka on a Canute.
That is just one creepy
Read
doll.
Letty out Tendio.
Oh yeah, Robert the doll looks. Yeah, I guess that's a replica, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Chief and
Yeah.
He's got his little sailor suit on.
Well, if I understood its legend correctly, if you take a picture of it without asking permission,
Uh-huh.
bad things happen. Really,
And
You'll end up with cars like me.
it could be worse than that. Yeah.
Wait, Doll, what?
What's the matter?
Carmo, that's a free eagle.
Because that sounded like Japanese.
It did.
Wait, which doll? This white one here? Beside?
Cecilia.
Which
What
one
is-
fell forward?
What are you going on about? Oh, Dolph fell forward. Oh, I see that now. Kayla wrote it in the chair. Ooh.
Great.
Yeah. That's a good way to get Lloyd to move.
You are right.
Ryan Slindine, he said.
What's going on now? Her?
Yeah, Kayla said it.
Ryan Surrey said it.
I was watching down at text and messages coming through. I've got
Cordon and Wets.
they're bouncing off the wall.
I'm not watching him, what he's doing.
I need like a 2-year vacation and a 5th.
Borsdak Hughes low.
A fifth of what?
I'm not picky. I'll take Jack.
Need high care Elith.
Does
JP
anybody else
said
want to come through? Somebody saw Kayla, saw orbs.
Jack, Johnny, Jim.
Fell forward.
No, I had no flags.
James Paul said it did fall forward. So
We had a little bit of movement out of this one
No,
earlier.
you
This
can
one.
tie. Clayle said you Thornton.
And the dogs are reacting to that right now. I don't know. He is.
Cruz Glero Blah. TRRE and X sub.
That also like it was trying to spell something out.
MOUSC.
you know, I'm really thinking that maybe this is a good time to get what is it? Rosetta Stone. Is that the name of it?
What is it?
The Rosetta Stone, you know, the where you learn how to speak other
Yeah,
languages.
yeah. The Google Translator and all that we used to have on our
Yeah,
phone.
they actually apparently are now making earbuds that translate for you,
was the upper.
which would be the coolest thing ever.
Easiest little ticker Astina.
Chris, Maddie wanted to share that after they won the tournament this past weekend, her Midway women's bowling team
I know,
is
maybe
ranked
sauce
24th
there.
in the country. Congratulations. That's awesome. Way to go, Maddie.
Yes.
You know, I was going to play tennis once, but I quit. I couldn't stand the racket.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know that's pretty bad, wasn't it? I know.
Steve, it said, I think.
Matter of fact, the guy I heard that from was Steve. His name was Steve. Yeah.
Yes.
Who's
It's
your
amazing. It's like they know every little in and out of your life, which I'm sure they do. Or a lot of it. Yeah.
Tron Pietro Sisi?
Is that who's that over there? Who's that underboat on the left, but their second shelf letter left?
I think it's Christian.
Pujiar, who estimate hair?
Coochie.
I think I know the one Kayla's talking about. The one in like the overalls and the blue shirt.
Right.
On the,
Tyree,
on
Timmy
the bottom.
Capper.
Right there on the bottom.
Okay.
Isn't that
Do you hear Enzo growling?
Uh-huh. Yes, I do.
Mice.
I just didn't know if it was Weenie or Enzo. Which one?
Enzo?
Chick CR
Is that what you call the little dog, Weenie?
Did you hear that? We call her Beanie Weenie. Yep.
Beanie Weenie. Okay.
and Spussy Zeron.
And what?
With Boo Reif and Ryle. Monbimbus Rary Surg.
Stace, I ain't trying to be goofy or nothing, but that black figurine down there next to Navy Ned,
Yeah, right here.
is that Darth Vader? What is
No,
that?
it's like one of those things that to me it reminds me of something from like Harry Potter, but it's just like a
Death Eater?
statue cloaked.
My God, I actually knew that. My kid has ruined me. I actually knew what that was.
Corey Linda said that your headstone finally came in. Did you like it?
Lower Urchin Cadet.
Yeah, that's what I thought was. That does look like a Death Eater. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or what? I guess that's what these things are called.
Celtic Kelu.
Maybe it's not Death Eater. Maybe it's what are those things called?
Here, Osla Trangna.
They're like a Grim Reaper, but they got up close to the characters, and then they would suck the breath out of them and like sucking their soul out of them.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Orlando Antneni. Ayadit Skoll.
What are you guys? What's going on?
That's exactly what I call them, Candace. Soul suckers. Yeah.
Weenie, come here.
And yeah,
The Dementor. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you. Dinner is on me. Dementor. That was going to bother me all night. I probably would have woke up at 3 o'clock this morning going, Dementor. I mean, seriously, somebody tattooed geek on my forehead.
Dr. Demento. Remember
Well, I
that?
didn't start watching the movies and stuff until my kid got into them. And the next thing I know,
yeah.
like, oh, they're really pretty good.
I love them. Mm-hmm.
They're neat. Yeah.
Respect.
I give it to old JK. She's got a hell of an imagination on her. She's a damn.
Absolutely. She's awesome.
She's great. Yeah. Yeah. But thank you, Kayla. You just saved me probably about 5 hours worth of irritation and aggravation trying to think of what they were called. Dementors. Yeah.
I forgot about it. I forgot them too.
I'm sorry, but I was always a Alan Rickman fan. The guy that what was his name? Snape.
Yes.
Snape or whatever. I loved him.
Yep.
And he was just badass, man. He could back it, so he was great.
Yeah, he ended up playing a really, awesome.
That was one of his last roles, wasn't it, before he passed?
Yes.
I loved Alan
awesome.
Rickman. I loved him in Die Hard. I loved him in anything he was in. He was great.
Yeah. Who
Just a
would have
great
ever thought that he was in love with Harry Potter's mom?
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
That's really a heartbreaking element
It was.
to the story. But he loved Harry all the way through that thing, all the way to the end, even though you couldn't tell it by the way he acted. But why are we sitting here talking about that crap?
Yeah, they're just trying to, give him, that
Yeah.
extra push to not be a failure.
Yeah, I was sad to see him go too.
Me
Kayla.
too, Caleb.
It broke my heart.
What'd she say? A ton over their head or something.
Mm.
What happened to somebody's head? So there was a ton of them over their head. Times are rough. Or times were rough. Is that what you said?
Well, they've not gotten much better.
No.
Getting a raise doesn't help when everything else around you goes up 30%.
The computer's moving.
You get a 10% raise and the cost of everything else goes up 30 or 40%. Yeah.
Anybody see that orb go behind my head? That bright light?
I missed it.
The computer moved and about
Oh,
there
I
it goes
just saw it.
again. There it goes again.
I saw it. Yeah.
The computer moved and there is a big light orb going behind my head and then it came out and went again and dead.
That was somewhere around 58 minutes into it. Yeah.
Something Murphy. Somebody's trying to play us some music. Sounded pretty
Is
good.
your office downstairs or is it upstairs now? I mean,
I'm down.
you're downstairs. Okay.
I was up for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then came down here. It's a
Uh-huh.
little quieter.
Stacy, and good luck.
It's okay, Lloyd. I hear my name all the time.
You better be worried about it, Lloyd, when you start hearing yours.
I hear his on here all the time, and he does too.
I've heard it, sir. I've heard it a few times. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, is that Lloyd or boy or something? And I'm not going to mention it.
Was it Zach Murphy?
You know
Hmm.
Was it Zach? Is that who you were talking about? Can you come through there and tell me? Can you prove to us that you could come through there and actually give us some info on something?
Ingress into active.
I knew I shouldn't ever challenge anything.
You
Are you
will
going to
get
sing?
into it.
Yeah.
You'll get answered, yeah.
Does anybody else want to come through for any family members?
Real.
I know
Real.
you're real. I know it. Brother something. I know that you're real.
Able.
Abel.
Still, sir.
I'm trying to talk and somebody talked over somebody.
Health Med Anchor. Supernated 10.
Who's coming through with the music?
Inner soul.
If you made a bright light and came flying behind my head, can you do it again?
So what?
Can you fly back over there with the dolls where you were?
Leshy TMC.
Kayla says, Cody, that your birthday's coming up and she's missing you bunches. Britt, I always hope to hear from my mama. Oh, yes. She's got
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, I would love to hear her voice again, too. I would.
I wish I could have known her.
Oh, she was great. She had one of the kindest souls. Just a classy person.
He said sis. S-I-S. Plain as day. Did you hear that?
Yours have these. Not Earth will tell.
No one on earth will tell it. Will tell.
Echo 1 in chair.
He survived a bullet. Who survived the bullet?
You guys didn't.
Mm.
You do checks to assemble.
North. My sissy something. Somebody keeps saying sissy. Has. Or has. Depends on what, if it's a name.
Pet is sedator.
Judy, are you ready for vacation in Atlanta?
Mm.
We all like to go with you.
And ready to fit. I explore you.
Saul, it's Saul.
Recess of the Axu.
Racing. Okay. I don't know what you guys are worried about tonight.
No, she's upset about something. Or at least she acts like it.
I do.
I shouldn't have it.
I just saw another one go by. Another one of those light things.
I mean, it's been full of them tonight. I've seen a couple myself just in the light here.
Yeah.
Varies.
Does anybody else want to come through before we close the spirit boxes up? What's she saying, Aunt B? They do, Tina. They sure do.
Pain Issy. Anx.
That sounds like it said James. Do you have a message for James?
I didn't even see that.
What?
Well, Kayla said that apparently jumped off the dog. I guess she was talking about an orb, and that's why she's freaked. Because they can't. I mean, look, animals can see things. They know things. They can sense things that we can't.
And these two are always at my side, no matter where I go.
I think there's pretty good reason for that. Too.
Chef's clear.
Does anybody else want to come through? And you are not allowed to bother the dogs.
A kitten.
Absolutely not. They may see you, but you're not allowed to bother them. What's the matter?
Montana into air.
Dana something into air.
Narcissus.
You're right, Taylor. You're right.
In Zoom and Gathered.
Do you have any messages
We
you want to say?
figure out a way to translate this.
We told you.
If there's translation
No
available.
trust. We told you. What did you tell me? Or are you talking to somebody here with us?
First pull up.
Mm.
It's a baby. Did you know?
Steph said the guy on the shelf in the overalls just moved.
Oh no.
You know, this thing would not be complete unless Lloyd said that at least once.
Wrinkled tomato.
You don't live here. I have to live with this bunch.
Well, you don't have to. You could always go outside and sleep in your truck.
Trust me, it's fun.
Release.
It's fun in here.
Yeah, that's great.
Spiritual transcriber.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd is thrilled by the movements.
Absolutely.
I would love to narrate one day in his life. Wait a minute. Let me see if we can make
Right
that up.
off front.
It was at that moment Lloyd stopped and turned
Whoa.
and urinated himself.
Now that sounds more like it.
Hey, that's only happened twice.
On the doll tours.
Heading wrong.
And that ain't long.
Here, pick what's
Well, I don't. Yeah, I'm
He's
just.
not going to bother you if you touch him and set him up. He's not going to bother you. I told you that.
May have been.
whoa.
Did you hear that?
Epic.
What's that?
Sound like the beginning to stand up.
Kiss?
No,
What?
the goat.
What are you talking about, stupid ass? What?
Repeat line.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
I
don't care. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at what Tina put.
GJ.
The moment Lloyd shit his pants coming next week.
Next week.
Hey,
In a world
That was
without
only-
diapers.
that was only once last week.
No, a couple of weeks ago, dude. Seriously, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if you missed the
You-
show a couple weeks
you
ago,
left the
trust me,
room.
that was a
I was trying to forget that. Thank
one
you.
for the books.
Yeah, it freaked him out pretty bad. Mhm.
Yeah, I had to put up with that for 2 days after.
That's what needs to happen. I think Kayla's got a point. When the dolls start to fall, Lloyd needs to
All right.
catch them.
It worries him.
That may make up for some of the
Did y'all see that orb?
ill will. Yeah, no, I did not. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't either. Of course, I can't see anybody.
This is so you feel.
You know,
Mary
that
says Uncle Ronnie come through for me. For
I had
Kenton.
him. I had him on my mind today, Ronnie.
Ronnie,
Uh huh.
Jack heard you.
God love it. I miss him so much.
He was a great guy. He really was,
He was something else.
and a hard worker. I mean, he was always working. He was always doing something. Yeah,
He sure was.
and he was good at what he did too. Real
Cheer
good.
cat.
I hated that we didn't get to, be closer friends and, share more time with him because
I do too, but I mean, I'm grateful for the
He
time
just-
that I did
I loved what little bit I got to know of him.
get to know him. Yeah, he was just a good person. He's a good man.
He messaged me in the mornings all the time, when he'd get to work or started working, and he'd have an idea or seen something, and he was just so funny and such a good guy.
Yeah.
Broke my heart.
I'd normally get a message back to, I guess it was Thursdays then, maybe,
Yeah.
whatever. But he'd say, "Are you going on tonight?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd always post about it or something too. I
Oh, yeah.
appreciate that so much.
I got my fault then.
Well, I mean, it's proof that none of us are promised tomorrow. We don't know.
No, he was
Make the
gone.
most of every day you've got. If you love somebody, tell them that you love them. I mean, don't, you keep saying maybe tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow doesn't come,
Yeah.
Do it today.
I'm sure she does, Britta. I'm sure she does. I'm sure she's smiling down so
Oh,
proud.
Britta, she knows. I have
Absolutely.
no doubt about it. I have no doubt about it, Britta.
That
And she
mother
was,
daughter
so, she
bond
was so
is
proud of you anyways.
it's unbreakable.
She and I had conversations about that. One or two, anyway. She would come in. She would come in, and we'd just sit and talk for 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. She was really a wonderful person. She was good, a great person.
Second Bruce.
Oh, we appreciate that, Mary. I love your family.
I knew it was real after I had my first real experience on my own. And that was, I don't know, I was 32, 33, whenever it
Yeah.
was. But I'd never, like I said, this thing never started out like that. It started out as a way to promote the podcast. That was it. 5 or 10 minutes. And now, I guess it's like Mom said. You want to make God laugh? Tell him your plan.
Yep. I'm going to close one of the spirit boxes if anybody wants to come through.
Saucy.
Salsy. She's talking about Lloyd. And there he is. There it is. Yep.
He gone.
Oh, they're seeing the orbs again. Here we go.
Everybody's seen the, and I've seen a couple, but I've missed a lot of them.
I was looking at the spirit box.
For you.
I was watching the dolls back there.
That's for him.
I'm
They
not.
said.
That's for him.
Can you send me another orb around this doll?
Phone, you get impaired.
What'd she say? Something you get an ink pen?
This is computer.
Say,
He does that.
did she say about an ink pen?
Yeah.
Look,
Pineapple.
been sitting here playing with this thing for the better part of a half hour.
Tortman to Hallie.
Something in Hallie. Did you see Chris playing with that ink pen?
A not smoke.
If you all look into my screen right here, you can see Chris. And then any of your loved ones, they're right here in the chat. They can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they can.
They can hear what you're saying.
Maybe Lloyd should give the dolls a strip. Oh, Lord.
We already seen one too many of those tonight.
All of it.
Don't call
What'd
me.
she say?
Don't call me a walrus.
Oh,
I thought she said bald ass. Oh, goodness.
they enjoyed
Yeah,
seeing Lloyd's. Yeah, they enjoyed seeing Lloyd's man boobies.
I need,
Ah.
I need to get me a weave.
On your boobs? You don't have that much hair left.
Out of all the things I did not want to hear tonight or think about.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Them short gray curlies are just taking over my mind.
Oh, I'm sure.
Did you hear that? It's here. What's here?
Queen
Lloyd.
Anne's Lucy.
The doll behind me is moving again. Well, here we go.
I haven't seen any movement. Let's see, you've got the graveyard teddy bear.
Mm-hmm. They're on the top.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Graveyard Teddy.
But the one that
Masons.
most people have seen moving tonight was the one in the little coveralls down there. Little blue shirt.
Kayla, I would let him sleep with me. I would sleep with all these babies.
I would not.
Did you hear
Jet's
that?
nickel.
Did you see what Mary wrote?
No. I can see
Stacey, I swear that baby behind you moves like he's sitting around you. And when you block his view, he seems to move.
Watch the curtains, guys.
What? Come on.
I'm just out of it because I've missed all this stuff tonight. But I've been pretty intensely focused on the dolls. For some reason, that clown one up there, I don't.
Oh, that's because he's smiling at you.
That's what it is.
That's a bozo, ain't it, baby girl?
And I just saw Beanie Weenie. Yep.
Yeah, she's right here at my knee.
Curtains move big time.
Whoop, say hi. She's gone. There she is. Come here.
Oh,
Come here.
my pretty girl.
That's actually like
She is such a big girl.
Church, listen to me, he said. Or somebody said.
Yeah, Tina saw the curtains move.
I did too,
Helen.
Tina.
Helen did.
I know it
Shannon
wasn't
did.
me,
I mean,
because
everybody's
Weenie
coming in.
was right there.
Shannon, Sandra.
I mean, Weenie was right here, straight down from my finger, so I know it wasn't her. Looked like a black shadow. You know what? I wasn't going to say anything, but I thought I saw a shadow too.
What?
First, I saw a light above my head, like right here. And
You're
then,
going to have to get some. You're going to have to get Lloyd some Depends.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yep.
Upchurch.
We saw the curtains move too.
rabbit.
Come on.
Upchurch is actually a last name that's pretty common around. Well, at least around Fayette County. I know several people up there with that last name. I wonder if somebody's trying to give that as a last name.
I'm telling you, the
reject somebody
computer's
like-
moving too. If you'll watch, the computer moves.
I saw a black shadow. JP did.
Oh, jeez.
I did too.
It's okay, Sugar Bear. Just relax.
It's all right, Shiggy Britches.
Just relax. Yeah.
You all keep on.
Yeah, who's here that moved the curtains? Who's been
Where-
messing around with the dolls?
We're not the ones pissing off the ghost man.
That's right.
You.
He used to.
Mm.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
Oh,
She came through and said he used to. get their face up. We got.
Here we
I'll
iTunes.
show you something that we got. We got a submission
8 o'clock
last
live.
week. That's
Oh, cool.
supposed to be haunted. We're still checking it out.
Uh-huh.
But
Did
Good morning.
it's a very old mini.
Ever.
yeah. Where did you get her from?
Where's that beanie weenie? Actually from a family here,
Okay.
Fayette County.
And what kind of story goes with her?
I guess that
Such a
they'd had it.
closet.
Well, the father had it from handed down with some other toys. And they recently had a child, and they think that maybe that's what they were hearing in the room, and a few other little stories.
Macro.
So we've got her kind of watching her right now. Are you going to take over?
Sarah checks
You
out.
want to take over?
I'm not.
You want to?
Is it?
Listen, I ain't listening to none of you.
What you listening to? Beanie Weenie Show?
The devil's
The
hour.
Beanie Weenie Show? Yeah.
Lloyd,
West Wheel.
that mouth keeps writing checks. That ego, or your ego keeps writing checks your body can't
You're a
cash.
telepath.
You're a telepath.
Maybe Lloyd is.
If something happens to me, just grab some big
He's a
rocks and throw them
shit-a-bath.
at me, and everything will be fine. Throw me in a ditch, face
Set.
down, pants off. Everything will be great.
So you want to be thrown in a ditch, face
We don't
down.
want to see the bird legs, please. We don't.
Yeah, you told me once, Stace, the last time you saw legs like his, they had a message tied to them.
I showed you one day
Mm-hmm.
when he was walking through there in the bathroom naked. I turned the camera around and showed you his little bird legs.
Mm. Yeah, I could have done without
Windmill time.
that. I really could have done without that.
He don't want to remember. And I don't either.
There's just some things.
And the ones that
I can't even explain. I've never seen a buck that little in my life.
detour.
What Candace has got it out for him. She said throw you in the gutter with it.
That's right, sister. He needs, yeah.
I can't see it.
He's going
And
like,
again,
guys, you missed it. He's going like this, trying to look out of his glasses because he said he can't see. So he's going like this. And every time you look at him, his glasses are like this.
So you got bifocals.
Come on over.
Evil Isher.
What?
Come on over so you can read some of these. And the doll fell behind me, by the way. Oh, see what I tell you? What I tell you? Here goes the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't see.
I wonder
It's okay.
why.
Oh, what?
Yeah, can you read them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, the orb went into that doll on the chair.
All right. I got one spirit box closed down. I want to thank you for coming through for us.
Yeah.
No, it was hard. Oh, great.
And has anybody ever thought about, Lloyd, maybe you get on their nerves as much as they do yours?
I get on everybody's nerves.
You don't get on mine. I find you rather amusing. Stacy's sitting there going, oh, there's Beanie Weenie. Hi, Beanie.
Two turntables and a microphone.
Hey, baby girl. She hears you and she's crying. You hear this? You hear him?
It's so pretty.
Do you hear him? Yeah.
She sticks right to you like glue, doesn't she?
Yep. This is it. I mean, Enzo's usually at my feet and she's trying to get in my lap and she's got so much sugar to give for everybody.
Dogs are wonderful creatures. They're incredible.
Yeah. We don't deserve them.
No, we don't. We don't. And cats are awesome too. They just don't give a damn. They just
Mhm.
so cats can care less.
Yep.
But now
I
when they
love
want to be loved on, yeah, they'll let you know. And when they don't,
Yeah,
you know
you're not worth their time.
that. Yeah, that's yeah. Mhm. But there's cat people, dog people. I'm just an animal person. I like animals. I do.
Me too.
They know he feels differently, and they like being able to poke at him. According to Kayla about
They
Lloyd.
do. They really do. I mean, they really do. Especially the ones over there at Mason's shop. Oh my gosh.
But
Iris
the
has
truth of the
been
matter is, and I
horrible.
do believe this. He knows it's real. He believes it, and they know that.
He came into this with
Skepticism.
he really he wanted to believe, and he's seen and heard things, but once he finally saw that things were real and things I've showed him and told him, and that he's now experiencing things when he goes with me, he gets it. That's why he's scared.
You know, for me, it was always an issue of wanting to believe, because if there was something after this, then
Absolutely, you want to know. Yeah.
and I always had that feeling that there was, just I don't know how you describe it. You just know.
You know, there's some
And then
people
when
I think that are stuck.
And then when I
I
had my
really
first
believe it.
experience, I knew. I said, "Oh, there it is. Yep,
Yeah.
there it is." Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think the people in the chat room are largely right. If you, I think it serves two purposes. Yeah, number one, he's comic relief, and it is. There's times I'll crack up at Lloyd, but also it shows him that things do go on after this, and it shows them that he does believe. Who was it? Regis Philburn. I think that's his last name. I think that's pronounced correctly. He had an experience once. He was with a Marine buddy, and this was on, I think, My Celebrity Ghost Stories or whatever it was. But he had saw at the Whaley House in San Francisco. He had saw Miss Whaley, the spirit of, and she was in this archway in the door, looking at her and one of his Marine buddies. And later on, what's her name? She's a psychic medium, middle-aged lady, attractive, really, really cool, really good at what she does. Renee something. But she had told him, she said, it was not meant for you to see Mrs. Whaley. It was meant for your friend to see him, but you happened to see her as well.
Right.
Because his friend was a complete stout non-believer.
Yeah.
He said, this stuff isn't real. It's a joke. It's a waste of time. It's, whatever.
They may not have ever seen anything.
And he hadn't. This guy was a hardcore United States Marine.
Right.
And let me tell you, those boys aren't to be trifled with. And those men and
No.
women aren't to be trifled with. But when you show them something, when you prove something to them, you don't have to do it a second time. Because they are very much no nonsense. And for me, since I was a kid, I knew. I just knew. Don't know how I knew. I just knew. But when I was 32, 33, whatever it was that I had my first, I just remember thinking, yep, there it is. Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, I do think that it serves a purpose. And let's face it, guys, you got to get some comfort out of that. Knowing that when the people that you have loved and you've lost them, you've not really lost them. They're still here. It's, they can still be with you. It's just in a different way than you're used to. So I tell people all the time, if you miss somebody, text them, message them on Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you used to talk to them. Well, I don't want anybody to think I'm crazy. Who gives a damn what anybody thinks? Really? Come on. Do you
I
think
don't care what anybody thinks about me. I've helped more people and kept things quiet.
I have heard
Doesn't bother me.
my mom's voice on this show. No, actually, it was me and you one-on-one, I think. I've heard Trevor's voice on this show.
I've heard it too.
I've heard Ollie. I've heard countless people that I didn't know in life, but you guys do know.
What about the boy in the box that came through? And then
Give
right
us
after
the
he came
name.
through, they found him. They found out who he
found
was.
him, yes.
And
Summer.
that was before that even
Summer
happened. We
Wells.
were talking to him.
Summer Wells.
Crazy stuff.
I mean, I didn't, just because you don't know, or just because I didn't know them in life doesn't make them any less real. Matter of fact, it makes them extremely real. And you're right. Tina, Kayla, Helen, all you guys, you never know when your last day is going to be.
You don't.
I may not wake up in the morning. Don't know. We don't know. Sure does make you think.
It does.
All I can do is hope that I've helped somebody and some people along the way.
Me too.
I mean, I think that's the best any of us can hope for.
That's right. I agree.
Helen said that. Yes, I'll never forget that. Helen said
Absolutely, Helen's. Absolutely.
I think that was a game changer for Helen.
I love you, Helen.
Big
Remember that?
game changer. Yes, because
Wow.
and correct me if I'm wrong, Helen, but you lost your dad at a early age, very, very early. And yeah, she said that whether
It's the
she's
truth.
her name always gets called, whether she's on the show or whether she's
What
watching
she
or not.
believes.
But she knows it's real. Yeah,
Yep, she does. Come on.
yeah. So it's
Come on.
like I said, and it keeps coming back to my mother's voice in my ear. That's all right, baby. You want to make God laugh? Tell him your plan. It's like I'm getting a lesson drilled into me. Oh, okay. She was 3 years old when she lost.
Yeah, I knew she was a little
I
baby.
mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't remember being 3. My earliest memory, I guess I was 4 or 5.
Me too.
My granddad had bought me a bicycle. It was yellow with a black seat. I remember that. That is probably my first memory, I think. Anyways, I was like maybe 4 or 5, something like that. So yeah. And Helen heard and knew her dad's voice.
And he told her he loved her.
Yep, he sure did.
And I don't care who you
I'll
are,
never
you can't
forget that.
tell me that wasn't real.
No, that was as real as it gets.
I felt that, and I know she felt it, and I know you felt it too.
Man, honestly, I'd love to see every one of you get that. I would.
Oh, me too, guys. Me too.
But I can't make it happen. I can't control it. All I can do is
It'll happen.
do something to host.
If you're here enough and you get the connection going enough, it'll happen. I've seen it.
Her and my mom. Stace has dreams about her.
I dream about his mom. She comes to me all the time.
I wish she would move.
She's always about 30 years old, just like I remember her when I was a baby, a kid, really.
Gosh, she was so pretty. Man. Well, told you, it never stops. Messages, texts, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. It just happens.
Yeah.
But when people get something on their mind, they're like, hey, oh yeah, I'll tell that guy. Maybe he can do something with it. Okay. Just 3 days ago, I smelled a girl's perfume. I was sitting in my car, and no one but me were around with the windows up. After a few minutes, it went away. I felt like something was there. That is common, JP.
Absolutely.
Yeah. After it was just a few days after Mom had passed, I walked in and the smell of Vanilla Fields hit me right in the face. I don't have Vanilla Fields here. I don't have that stuff.
I don't even think they make it anymore now.
But Mom loved it. She
Absolutely.
loved perfume, Victoria's Secret, I think it is.
She
And
always smelled good and looked pretty.
we will see the people that we love again.
I think our pets too.
Chris, answer mine. More important. Tina. Okay, Tina. And sometimes, guys, I am sorry. Sometimes I get them and I'm in the middle of doing 5 or 10 other things, and it may take me a while to get back to you. But don't ever think that, because I get this a lot. Sorry to bother you. You're not. You're not bothering me. But I may be right in the middle of doing one thing or another. God, heaven knows. But don't think that. Just say he'll get it when he can.
Yeah.
And if
Same
you don't
thing.
hear
I
from
got you.
me, send it again, because I probably pulled a Lloyd Gullet. It went right over my head, or it skimmed just off the surface, because there's no traction up there. There's no friction.
And I always try to get back to everybody as soon as I can. If I can't do it in the next day or two, I'll get there.
JP, if it reminded you of your mom, there's a really good chance I would listen to your first instinct. Don't second guess yourself.
No. We talk about his mom all the time too, which I think always helps to bring him around too.
You know, the thing that always did piss me off was when somebody said, I don't see why you just don't get over it.
Yeah.
You don't get over it.
I went through that with April.
You don't get over it with anybody. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, people have said that about Sharon. They said that about everybody. You know, I don't see why she just don't get over it. There is no getting over
You
it.
can't get over something like that,
Losing a
folks.
parent is horrible. That's kind of a natural order of things. Losing a child, that's completely backwards. That's not right. I can't tell you what Sharon is going through.
That's a whole new hell.
34 years, 35. You know, okay, Lloyd's moving that doll, and I just completely freaked out. But I saw his hand on it eventually. But I can't imagine what any parent that's lost a child's going through. You know, I can't sympathize. I think I got that right. Sympathize, I can't. Empathize, I can try. You don't get over this. You don't. You just don't. You learn how to live again. You learn how to cope. But you just don't wake up one morning and say, oh, everything in the world is right again, because guess what? It's never going to be right again. It's never going to be what you knew until that day that you're with them again. Then, but you just don't know. You never get over this. You just don't.
No.
But anyways, I guess that this is I had a dream of Ralph telling me from Jenna, yeah, telling me that I was going to have a grand baby girl. And weeks later, my son told me that he was going to be a daddy. Found out it was a girl.
No. Listen to your dreams.
You know, honey, your husband was a hero. He is a hero. I'll stand by that until the day I die.
Yeah.
All you guys. You know, to me, if you are a good cop or you're trying to be a good cop, those are your heroes.
Yes.
The world has only known one superhero. That was Christ.
Yes.
But we are inundated with heroes. They run fire trucks. They're firefighters. They're law enforcement. They're EMTs. There are people that give so selflessly that they don't know how to live any other way. And they refuse to quit because they don't know how to quit. So I see, you know, I was very fortunate today. Someone I work with that owns the station and we went out to lunch, and I got there before he did. And out there in the parking lot is a group, I'm thinking 4 or 5 Kentucky State Troopers. And I knew one of them, good friend of mine, and I shook his hand, shook another one's hand, and thanked them all for their service, because these guys are, and I don't care about gender. What I look at is what's in there. And it's police, it's firefighters, it's EMTs, it's nurses. You know, these people that were on these front lines during this pandemic thing, and all these people that just give and give and give and give. And because they do that, we can do what we do. And then, to me, that's just giving selflessly. So as far as I'm concerned, they're heroes. Doctors, nurses, police officers, any first responder. So to say I'm grateful and military, never leave them out, never. And that's any branch.
Yeah.
I always thought the world of Ralph. He all I'll say is he had this thing, we're number one. I'm not going to give the gesture that he gave. Oh, I loved him. He was great. He was just fantastic. But anyways, I guess we're going to wrap this up tonight. And because it looks like our little Peanut over there is about ready to take a nap.
She blends in with my shirt.
She does. Seriously. I can just barely see her ears. There she is. She is such a pretty girl. But go Navy. Absolutely. I think they had Navies. You know, and there's this thing that, of course, in between them all, they pick on each other. Army picks on Marines. Marines pick on everybody. Navy picks on Air Force picks on the, and everybody laughs at the Coast Guard. But let me tell you, them Coast Guard guys, they can be pretty tough too. The things that they've got to do and deal with, the training they've got to get. I'm grateful for every single one of them. I am. And I'm very, very, very grateful for them all. So, but
We'll see Bob in there.
yeah, well,
We were just talking about the haunted houses. Bob, Mom saw Johnny Hager at the grocery store, and he asked about me. He said, "Don't you miss us doing the haunted houses every year?" And Mom said, "Yeah, we miss it bad. We were just talking about it. We used to do haunted
Johnny
houses
Hager,
at the
that
fire and
sounds
police
so
department
familiar.
every year. Me and Bob,
yeah. I was going to say Johnny Hager sounds familiar. That name.
Johnny Bear. He works at the hospital. I don't know if he's still working there or not, but he used to be
Okay.
also part of the fire department too.
I've known Bob for
Love them like
quite a long
brothers.
time.
Tell Bob I enjoyed his talk the other day.
Oh, Bob said, or Lloyd said he enjoyed talking with you, Bob. He saw you over at the pizza place the other day. Yep, me and Bob go back a long way, but
I've
we
always
sure
thought
miss
a
doing
lot of
those
Bob.
haunted houses every year. We had a ball. If you guys ever went to any of the fire and police department haunted houses in Paintsville, that's us.
Mhm.
We put them on.
Do they
for
even do
20
anything
years.
like that anymore? Yeah.
No, after Bob left, that was it.
Yeah.
I would love to get back together and do some stuff with all of them.
Things are not what they were, honey. They are.
No, absolutely not.
No. Well, wonderful job tonight, dear.
Thank you. You too. Good seeing everybody. Love you guys.
Yeah, we'll try to be here next week again. So I know last week was a fluke, but it happens. Sometimes things just come up.
Technology.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here at the top of this monitor right now looking. It says, listen to this, on October 31st, your studio will switch to the new 2.0 version. Now, I don't know what that means, but I can tell you right now, I don't like it, because that means there's a learning curve. Something's going to have to give, and I'm not really much in the mood to give something, like more time figuring out how this thing's going to work. So it is what it is. We'll do it. It's either that or we'll switch the damn platform. One or the other. I don't care. But as long as the show gets on, and as long as maybe we can take a night and help somebody, that'd be nice. That'd be good. Good job tonight, dear. Lloyd, thank you for being you. So,
Thanks. Wait,
He's rattling his bottle over
you
here.
too.
$2 hours to watch 60 minutes.
Lord.
That's okay. Guys, you have a good night and have a good weekend. Stay safe. And until next week, when it's considerably cooler, stay mysterious. Good night, everybody.
Good night.